अस्सलाम वालेकुम, I am Hina Ijaz. Welcome to Pakistan. आप सबको बहुत बहुत ईद मुबारक डिस्कवर पाकिस्तान की जानिब से. I hope you all are having a wonderful time out there. चाहे आप जिस शहर में हो, जिस गांव में हो, जहाँ भी बैठे हैं, ये ईद बहुत ख़ास है. वो इसलिए क्योंकि पेंडेमिक ऑलमोस्ट ओवर, बड़े अरसे बाद लोग एक नॉर्मलाइजेशन की तरफ चले हैं. इस दफ़ा हमने देखा कि ड्यूरिंग द मंथ ऑफ रमज़ान एज वेल, every evening there was a lot of traffic, a lot of people went out shopping. We could, again, like I said, we watched things rather get normal. सब एक नॉर्मल ज़िंदगी, एक नॉर्मल रूटीन की तरफ आए हैं. पिछली ईद थोड़ी बेहतर थी उससे पहली ईद से, क्योंकि जो पहली ईद आई ड्यूरिंग पेंडेमिक एवरीबडी वाज इन अ स्टेट ऑफ लॉकडाउन, बट नेवरदलेस सब ने अपने अपने घरों में वो ईद खूब मनाई. इस दफ़ा, as I said again, I'm going to repeat because I'm enjoying the fact that we're back to our normal lives. मास्क से काफ़ी हद तक जान छूट गई. ईद हम भरपूर तरीके से मना रहे हैं. I have a beautiful couple on board today in this show in Welcome to Pakistan. कौन है ये, कहाँ से आई हैं? Well, एक जो मेहमान है उनका ताल्लुक़ है रशिया से, और जो दूसरे मेहमान है he is from Pakistan. Katarina and Usman. They met in Russia. They moved to Pakistan 3 years ago. They've been married since 3 years. They've been living in Lahore. उस्मान का ताल्लुक़ लाहौर से है. ये देखने गए थे फुटबॉल मैच रशिया, लेकिन ले आए वहाँ से बेगम. हुआ क्या, कहानी क्या है? ईद का मौका है, इसलिए अच्छी अच्छी बातें करेंगे. एंड वी गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दिस अमेजिंग लव स्टोरी. जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम उस्मान, क्या हाल है आपके?
I'm good.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम Katrina. So I remember interviewing you before as well.
Yes, yes.
So how are you, and how is this Eid for you this time in Pakistan? Given the pandemic's almost over, we see things getting back to normal. I'm sure you're stepping out more
Yes.
compared to the previous Eids.
Yes, definitely there is a big difference compared to last Eid, last Ramadan. And 2 years ago, we were just fully sitting at home, and now we can go to relatives to meet people. And big rush every day. When you cross road, you can see many people going to packages mall or other places. Like, people are preparing to eat, and you can feel this atmosphere in Lahore everywhere now.
So probably, Katrina, it's your first time that you're feeling the Eid vibe here in Pakistan. Is that correct?
Yes, I think it's correct. Yes, because
you didn't really get to feel the Eid factor here before because of COVID.
Yes, when we had quarantine, of course, we could not communicate so much, but now we can see each other, and we can go to relatives, we can go out, and it is beautiful now. And in Lahore, you can see beautiful decorations with lights dedicated to Ramzan and Eid.
Right, and you're wearing a lovely, a gorgeous outfit. So
Thank
are you
you.
enjoying that? Flaunting it?
Yes, thank you, yes.
You bought it yourself, or was it a gift?
No, I bought it myself.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, lovely. So Usman is actually, Usman Bin Younis is also the chairman for the American Society of Mechanical Engineers in Pakistan. So Usman, engineering and then football, and then you find your wife in Russia. What's the story?
Because of my association with this society, I've been traveling a lot. So I've been traveling all over the world, and that sparked the passion of traveling in me.
Did you ever think you'll find your bride somewhere else other than Pakistan?
Well, I didn't close the options. I didn't expect it, but I didn't think otherwise as well. So, but it was a surprise that it would just happen like that, like the way it happened.
How did you meet?
Well, we met at the airport as soon as I landed.
At the
in
airport?
Russia. Yeah, as soon as
So
I
you
landed.
landed there and you fell in love.
And I fell in love. It was love at first
So
sight.
it was destined that you're going to
It
fall in
was
love
destined.
in Russia.
Yep.
He sets his foot into Russia and he falls in love immediately. That's amazing. Wow. So tell me about it.
So it was an instant connection. I really felt a spark, I felt a spark connection that you can only feel
What
with your
happened? Okay,
soulmate.
I really want to understand. I'm confused.
I don't know
You
if...
landed in Russia. You landed in Moscow.
Yeah, I landed in Moscow.
You were at the airport.
I was at the airport.
So
She was at the airport.
what was she doing
We
there?
exchanged... She used to work at the airport.
That's what I wanted to know. Were you in the flight or what? So you were working
Yes.
on ground at the airport.
Yes.
So you exchanged numbers there.
Yeah. we
Weren't you a little
exchanged-
hesitant, Katrina, the strangers randomly asking for my number? I'm sure a lot of people must have. got in contact with you at the airport. They must be
That's true.
interested. They must have shown interest. But you being interested in him, now that's new.
Yes, he asked my number, and actually he was very polite. It's sometimes very rare, especially when you see a lot of people. He was very polite, very kind, and felt some connection when we talked to each other. And after some time, he just asked me, "Can I show Moscow around?" So it was just
No,
like
he
that.
called you and then he asked you.
Yes, yes.
He
He,
wa- that
he
if you can
messaged
be
me.
his,
Yes,
in a way, friend, a guide.
yes. He messaged me, and
You
after-
felt comfortable going out with him.
Yes, in Moscow it is like very easy, and
No, with him, because he was from another country.
that is fine. I had some friends, like in university, I had some foreign friends also. So we had few meetings, and we
How
felt
many meetings?
about 3-4 meetings we had.
Three,
and,
four.
Yes, I was very happy to have such friend, and
Did you go to the football match with him?
unfortunately I couldn't go myself because I was working, but we felt that we are soulmates. And
You did.
what was surprisingly for me, after a few meetings, he proposed me and to my mother. So he asked me to meet my mother, he proposed.
Right.
And in Russia we also have some traditions and family connections. So my
You have to go and ask for the hand,
Yeah,
the bride's
so-
hand from the family.
Sure, yes.
So he did
yes,
follow the protocol.
Yes, and my parents' opinion was important for me also.
Did they like him instantly?
My mother liked him. He has very kind eyes, and she told me that he's very, very different from other people, and he is actually very gentle personality. And it happened so suddenly and so soon that
You didn't get
like
time to
we
think.
we met in June and we married in August.
That was super quick, Usman.
That was smooth.
That was. On that note, I'm going to show you a report prepared by our team on Russia. Let's see it, and then we'll find out from Katarina and Usman what made them think that they're soulmates. Let's take a look. Katarina, Usman, before you answer this question, which I posed right before we played this report on Russia, that how did you think, or what made you feel that you're soulmates? Before that, I'd like to ask Katarina, do you think after watching this report, you still have a soul connection with Russia?
Yes, definitely I have.
Do you have a soul connection here now, apart from him? Minus him out of the equation with Pakistan.
I can consider Pakistan now like my second home. so I feel comfortable here, and of course I have family here, so it is the most important reason why I am here.
Right. So what about the communication issue? Because in Russia, English is not so widely spoken. So do you often have communication issues? Or if there's no communication, that's a good thing, Usman?
No, it's been good. She has good English, and thankfully all my family is able to speak with her in English, so
Right.
it's good. And
But on a lighter note, at times if there's no communication, isn't that a good thing?
I think the more communication there is between people, I think it's better
Right.
to have a stronger connection.
So how did you feel that she is your soulmate?
I think it's a little hard to explain.
Because you see, it's a very interesting story. You get to the airport, you see a girl there. How do you know that she's the one?
I think you
What
just
made
know
you
it.
feel? What
you
made you
just hear a
think?
bell inside you. There's a bell inside you, just rings. It tells you that there's something with this person. That's
So
something
after seeing her
special.
for like 4 or 5 times, you felt yes that I
Yeah,
am going
I
to
was
marry her.
right,
Did you
yeah.
pose the question in Russia while you were there?
Yeah, of
There,
course.
before leaving.
Before leaving.
Rishta pakka karke aaye.
Rishta pakka karke.
So I'm saying, did you seal the deal before leaving Russia? Yes. So he did seal the deal. Well, the man was very sure, Katrina, I tell you. So he's telling me his part of the story. That he saw you, he fell in love with you instantly, no other question. No second question here. I can't go on with another question or pose another question because he's very clear. I saw her, I fell in love, and I sealed the deal before coming back. What about you, Katrina?
I liked him as a person, and after a few meetings, while communicating with him, of course we were asking each other different questions, and I understood that this person, right person, because he has good family values, and in general we have same world views, so it is very rare, and especially nowadays in Western society, people I think are losing these family values. So that was, my heart melted when I knew about like his family, how do they live, and only after coming to Pakistan I understood that people have arranged marriages here, because
Yes.
in our society
Mostly,
we
yes.
we never meet such stories, so people choose themselves.
Were you-
Themselves, yes.
How did you react to that news that majority of the population here
I was very surprised.
gets into arranged marriages?
I still cannot understand it
You still don't?
completely. Yes,
That's my question.
I'm very surprised how it happens to people, because
But how can you marry someone you don't know, right?
yes, because you need to feel it inside yourself, and soul connection is very important, I suppose, because it's not just you go to shop and buy something. It is a person with whom you will spend all life. So it is very important to find the right partner in life.
Absolutely. So did he connect you with his mother over here while he was in
Yes,
Russia?
he invited me
No,
here to
did
Pakistan.
he first connect you over the phone? Did you speak to her?
We spoke on calls, video calls, and they invited me to see Pakistan. First of all, of course, I came here, and after some time we married. So we had nikah here.
You had to nikah here.
Nikah, yes, and already second wedding we had in Russia. But first part we had in Pakistan, and
I'd like to know more about it, in fact. How was that experience? Because weddings here are extravagant.
yes, very beautiful.
So I'd like to find out, but before that, we have to take a short break. See you shortly. राइट अब हम बात करेंगे कटरीना और उस्मान से कि इनकी शादी कैसे हुई यहाँ पे, यानी कि शादी का जो एक्सपीरियंस था खासकर वो कटरीना के लिए कैसा था, क्योंकि पाकिस्तानी शादी और ऑफ कोर्स जो रशिया में शादी होती है ट्रेडिशनली कल्चरली बहुत सारे डिफरेंसेस हैं। डिफरेंसेस क्या है इसके बारे में भी बात करते हैं, लेकिन कटरीना को ये पूरा एक्सपीरियंस कैसा लगा? सो कटरीना, हाउ वाज दिस एक्सपीरियंस for you, the wedding ceremony taking place in Pakistan? Of course, new customs, new traditions, the culture was new for you. How did you react? And I'd like to ask you later then, how did you see her reacting?
it was amazing, and I like this Pakistani wedding dress. My
What
mother.
color was it?
It was like
Red?
gray and purple.
Okay.
Yes. My mother-in-law.
I see purple appears to be your favorite color.
Almost, yeah. My mother-in-law helped me, and she made her dress for me.
Right.
I was very amazed how beautiful it is. It's actually quite heavy, but
Did you enjoy wearing it?
I enjoyed. Yes, I felt like
And the
princess
festivities?
from fairy tale because it is a very unique dress. And
Were there a lot of people at your wedding?
I think compared to Pakistani weddings, not too much. Around 100 people we had.
That's a good number.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the way it should be, Usman, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Right.
And one of
So,
the-
was Katrina comfortable in that environment, in the new setup, in the new culture, and being the center of attention suddenly? You know, you just come somewhere, you're getting married, and boom, you're the bride.
I think she became very comfortable because of the support that she received here, especially from my family. So
Right.
I was always there for her, but my parents were very happy to accept her, and all my other relatives.
Yes, because you see, this wasn't a hometown. There
Yeah.
must have been some difficulties,
Yeah.
some challenges.
One thing that we missed was her family. They couldn't come to Pakistan in such a short time. You know, we just came to Pakistan.
I'm
and
sure you must have really missed them.
Yes.
So her mother and her family couldn't make it here. So that was what we missed over
So you
here.
had another ceremony back in Russia.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me about that. How was that experience for you, Usman?
It was very different. It was very surprising for me because our weddings are very long, 3, 4, 5 days long, and different events.
Yeah.
But their wedding was like a whole full
the
day.
point.
Full day. No, it was a full day.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm saying, to the point.
You start at like noon at 12 o'clock.
Lovely.
You go out in the parks for photo shoot and all your friends accompanying you.
I'm sure
So
you
it's
both
a
got to
beautiful-
enjoy both sides, right? You
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
enjoy the Pakistani side, you got to enjoy the Russian side, and that's
Best of
brilliant.
both worlds, yeah.
Very
So
good.
it was very entertaining, in fact. There was a lot of food all day. You just eat, sit and eat. There are different courses. It's like a 7 or 8 course.
I'm sure Katrina's fed you a lot of their traditional meals also.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Because
How do they settle in with your taste buds?
they were fantastic. Because in our wedding they had food from Kazan. Kazan is a place where there's Muslim majority. So all
What's the food like?
I love eating meat, so they arrange a lot of meat. There's like
Lovely.
fruits and desserts and then meat and then all the mutton and things
You were
that we
thoroughly
have.
pampered, I'm telling you. That's what I think, right? Your family thoroughly pampered.
And one unique thing in the Russian wedding was an entertainer. So in the center of the wedding, there's an entertainer who's controlling all the events. He's calling the friends to tell about her past. He called my brother to tell about my story.
Oh, so your family did go?
Yeah.
Who all went?
My brother and some of my friends were able to make it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did they enjoy that?
They enjoyed a lot. So they
Right,
were-
so you guys have a daughter now.
yeah.
How old is she?
Now she's 2 years old.
2 years.
Yes, very lovely girl.
Raising a child in Pakistan, raising a child in Russia, what differences do you see, Katrina? In terms of the systems and everything?
I think mother met same issues everywhere in the world. It is very difficult to be a mother, but it is a big happiness at the same time. I think in Russia just we have society more open towards going somewhere. Like we have a lot of play areas everywhere and different places.
A lot of activities
A
for
lot
the
of
children.
activities for children, yeah. So here we are mostly at home and we go into some relatives. But actually, pandemic situation also made some things quite difficult. But in general, when you have family support, it is the most important because my daughter is very happy. She has lovely grandparents.
Absolutely.
And she always feels in center of attention. So when we went to Russia with her also, she enjoyed there also, and I think she actually much more happy child than we were because she already visited like few countries and she already knows
Wow, she's well traveled at this age.
she already knows how life is there and here.
So good, she'll adjust to both the environments.
Yes.
It's actually good for her. So she's familiar with your side of the family and his side of the
Yes,
family.
and she automatically speaks 3 languages now.
Right. So with Usman, I'm sure your mother's used to Katrina, you know, seeing her in the house, because you see, she is from Russia, another country, and she's a gorgeous looking woman, and of course different looks. By different I mean she's blonde. So normally people in Pakistan get very excited when they see somebody with blonde hair. So how did your extended family react when they saw Katrina?
There were mixed reactions, but mostly positive. Mostly
They kept on staring at her
They do.
in a nice way.
It's everywhere. The attention is always there.
You see the blonde hair specifically gets a lot of attention in Pakistan.
That's
People
true.
get very excited and fascinated. So I'm trying to understand from Usman that how excited was your extended family, your cousins, your second cousins.
Oh, very excited, very excited. They were very excited. They were everybody wanted to be friends with Katarina. They all started sending their friend
You must
requests.
be a celebrity in the house.
They actually wanted me to bring somebody from Russia for them to marry. It was-
Are there any talks underway? Anything happening there?
Unfortunately not, because all my friends already married and
Oh,
And it's
there you
difficult to
go.
make an arrangement, you know.
So your brother's married?
They are married. My brothers are
Okay,
married.
because I was thinking if your brother wasn't married, you could have had another
Russian.
foreigner
Yeah.
bhabhi in the house, right? So good to see that. So you're one happy family. And do you live in a joint family system, or do you guys live separately?
We live together with my parents, but
How
my
do you
brother.
find that?
it is new experience for me, definitely, because in Russia we live separate from parents. We
Yes, of course.
independent.
Was it tough in the beginning for you?
No, in the beginning I just enjoyed everything. I was feeling like a tourist. First half of year I was feeling like a tourist. Actually, after that I started to understand culture more and lifestyle. In general, we live very friendly. Yes, very lovely and friendly family. There are sometimes for me difficulties, but it is more connected to hot weather and
Yes, that
your-
must be a problem.
yeah, so summer is very difficult. That like you have to mostly be at home with the air conditioner because you cannot go outside because of
Yes,
weather.
of course not.
Yes.
But you've been to Naran, Kagan, Mari,
Yes,
and some of
yes.
these up northern areas.
Yes,
that must have been a good break for you.
Yes, and when we travel together, it actually gives us new adventure, new feelings. So I think it is important when we live together, not only live together in house. It is important also to travel and visit some places together.
So since you guys live together, are there times when you hear the family talk in Urdu and you are not able to gather their words and not understand what they're talking about?
That is true.
Have there been moments like that?
It is the most difficult from part when they are talking and I cannot understand anything. I am trying, but sometimes I cannot understand borders of words. Now I started.
But now you understand with the gestures and
Yes,
everything.
I'm getting some online classes now.
She's trying to keep up with the family
She's
well.
She's
It
learning
is my
Urdu.
big target now
Good.
to learn Urdu because it is important if I want to feel a part of society here. So
Absolutely, you got to learn the language wherever
it
you're
is
living.
difficult, but I have to do that.
Do you understand Katrina's language when she's talking to her mother on the phone?
A little bit. As much as she understands Urdu.
You
as
do?
that, I just very little.
You can.
But
So
but
you
do
both are at
feel-
the same level right now. You need to learn some Russian, you need to learn some Urdu. So what stage rather are you at?
I know some words. I can make
Like
some
what?
few sentences, or I can say, मेरा नाम Katarina है.
Good.
मेरे पास शौहर है, मेरे पास बेटी है.
That's so sweet, you know why we're laughing, but it's so sweet the way you're saying it. So, मेरी बेटी है, that's probably something that you can say.
मेरी बेटी है.
आपका क्या हाल है, can you say
मैं
that?
ठीक हूँ.
Not bad, see?
आप कैसे
She's getting there. मैं भी ठीक हूँ. आपकी उर्दू ठीक हो रही है.
ठीक.
Good, so you are getting there.
Yeah, slowly and slowly.
Yeah, I understand. You just had a daughter immediately after you got married, so motherhood kept you busy.
Yes.
So that must be tough. And now that things are opening up, things are getting
Yeah.
easier. Like this time, Eid is very different in Pakistan. Once
That's
again, better. Just like before. By different, I mean for the past 2 years, we didn't really get to celebrate Eid.
Yes.
People didn't really meet each other because we'd see a new COVID wave constantly. So how did you spend Eid in those times during COVID days, and how are you spending it now? We shall talk about it, but right after this short break. I have Katarina and Usman on the show. They met in Russia. Katarina's from Russia. Usman went to see a football match and he brought back a gorgeous bride. They now have a lovely daughter together. It's been 3 years that they've been married and living in Lahore happily. And we wish them all the best, and we hope that they live happily ever after, because it seems like a fairy tale so far. The way they met, you've heard the story. It seems something out of a textbook or a fairy tale. So the first 2 years for them in Pakistan were dominated by COVID. Most of the activities were limited, but Katarina did manage to travel to Murree, Naran Kagan, to some of the villages surrounding Lahore. I'm sure she has much more planned for this year and next year, now that the daughter is also growing up. She's a toddler now, she's 2+. So the first 2 Eids must have been difficult, I'm sure. COVID had hit the world. Ramzan had just started. There wasn't festivity around, but everybody managed to celebrate Eid in their own homes. So difficult times, and thank God we're past that now. We're back to normal. Eid is being celebrated the way we used to celebrate it. This time during Ramzan, we saw that hustle and bustle. We saw people on the streets, we saw people happy, or rather happier. So again, I hope you all are having a good time out there, because I'm certainly enjoying this talk with Katarina and Usman. So how are you celebrating Eid this time?
This year we are planning big, especially Eid means with family, you know, so my brothers are coming from overseas, yeah, and my brothers are able to travel to Pakistan to celebrate
Where
with
does
us.
your brother live?
They live in the UK and in the Netherlands.
Right. So what do you normally do on Eid day? What's your family routine like?
Like starting the day with something sweet, with the namaz and everything, and after that just sitting, exchanging gifts.
Right.
Because one of the things that Katarina brought into the family was gifts. You know, in Pakistani culture, we're usually exchanging cash.
That's amazing.
For everything.
Right.
But she says, no, cash doesn't have meaning. You need to go out, spend your time
So what did you gift
and
him
energy.
last year?
I buy gift according to their interest. Like, for example, my father-in-law likes airplanes, so my husband...
Don't tell me you got him a private jet.
No. I mean, they have hobbies. They collect airplanes. They're making themselves, and usually Usman's brother brings them airplanes like to...
He's a collector.
Collector, yes. So, of course, women in Pakistan likes clothes, so beautiful fabrics, beautiful
You know where
clothes.
to shop now, Katarina, right?
Yes.
You're familiar with all the places.
Yes, mostly, and I got what everyone likes. Like my husband likes gifts which have some personal touch and some meaning. So it is.
So what have you gifted him for the past 2 Eids?
It needs, of course, after Shalwar Kameez, it is usually some sentimental gifts. For example, I open the box, there are many photographs there, and like one cushion with photo of us with our daughter. And sometimes you need to think a lot what else interesting you can make as gift, because it is sometimes people can become bored with Shalwar Kameez and something. So I like when you put some sentimental touch to gift, because when you give money as cash, as gift, so people after that they give to somebody else money, and it is like they don't remember.
I know.
But when you give something as a gift, so they will remember that maybe
it carries a sentimental value, an emotional value. So what about you, Usman? Have you been keeping up with Katarina?
I've been keeping up.
Are your gifts sentimental?
My gifts
or is it just hard cash or something?
No, they're sentimental.
I'm glad you're putting in an effort.
They're with a personal touch as well.
Very good. So what has he gifted you?
He gifted me like...
I'd like to hear from her.
There is some nice wooden plate. It says...
Oh, that's nice, Usman.
World's greatest wife. So I was like...
That is so sweet. That is amazing. Good.
There are some other things like capsules. When you open the 99 compliments, so every capsule has one small letter with compliment. So it is, I think, needs a lot of time also to write them. So such small gestures
That's sweet.
make me happy, and also it is not a usual gift. I think it is amazing when somebody think about you and spend time.
And they invest
time,
in,
yeah.
you know, getting and finding that right thing for you.
Yes, it is amazing.
It's
yeah.
not about the value of it, monetary value, it's about the emotional value of that gift. Okay, I have a fun question to ask. Since you both have such diverse languages, you hail from a background where Urdu is spoken, you hail from a background where Russian is spoken. So if at times, you know, there might be times if you get angry with one another. So have you said a word in Russian and for you in Urdu, which she wouldn't understand and he wouldn't understand?
I think the best language when you're angry is of silence.
So you both use silence.
No. For me,
I mean, you can easily get away with it, Katrina. Say something in Russian and boom, he wouldn't even know what you're saying.
yeah, I'm.
And you can just vent out also.
No, usually when you're emotional, you want to somebody to understand what
Right,
makes
but
you
if the other
angry.
person is not understanding, you know, that's what happens in a quarrel. The other person refuses to understand. So what do? You say something in Russian and vent it out, and then you're like, okay, fine. I'm not going to bring this matter up then.
Actually, maybe I should do it in Russian. If sometimes I speak something, maybe in English, but silence is very important. You think after you
Yeah,
think,
but do you
okay,
say
I'm sad to
anything
say
in
sorry.
Russian which he doesn't understand then?
Some words he understands, like
But
which
the
you
ones
can
he
use.
doesn't. So do you do anything like that?
No,
And
most,
this is on a lighter note. So
no, mostly I'm trying to explain my point of view, and but in general, I'm happy that he's not person who will keep offense, and after a few minutes, anyway, we will come to each other, say sorry, and
oh, that's sweet. That's nice.
because I cannot sleep if I think that we have a quarrel.
Wow,
or
you're so lucky,
if we
Usman.
have
You're such a
often,
loving wife. So I hope, Usman, you remain like that.
It will remain like that. Because
So you're saying it on national TV.
I am saying it on
You can't
national TV.
retract from it.
No,
You can't.
never.
Because we'll replay this thing. You know,
This is-
now this is Katrina's official complaint cell. You have a problem, you come here, we replay this thing. Fine? Is that okay? Is that a deal?
That is a
Deal.
deal. That is-
Great. So now, on this positive note, I'm going to show you some images of Russia and Pakistan where you will find them both so similar. Let's see it. So you guys see that? Very similar. Except
Yes.
for the camera lens on the Pakistan side is way nicer right now. I
They
feel
are
the colors are
simulated,
better.
yes.
Very similar.
Beautiful
But look at
mountains.
this.
Beautiful mountains.
Mountain peaks, similar, right?
Very similar. That is the kind of
Very similar. So, Katrina, you need to see all these places also.
I must see.
Yes.
We are planning to go to Sikardu after.
You are?
Yeah, after Eid. We were
Amazing.
planning
When
to
are
go
you
to
planning
Sikardu.
to go?
After Eid. I think this is good season.
Right after
to go-
Eid ends.
Yeah.
Excellent idea, because now these tourist destinations have opened up. I would also recommend that you take Katrina to Karachi. Let her see that side of the country as well.
That is true.
The
yeah.
south side. You got to see the beaches, Katrina. They're really nice. And there are a few nice spots to hang out, and not few, in fact, many. Karachi is a huge
She's
city.
a big fan of beaches and water.
Then she must go to Karachi, and in fact, for Karachi, the right time to go to would be during December or January.
Yeah, that's.
The
I
weather
think we
would be
have to wait
nice, so
for
you
that.
can go to the beaches and have lots of fun. And I wish you both all the best. I'm short on time, otherwise we could have continued this discussion. I hope you're not regretting coming to the show, Usman,
No,
because I
it's a
made it
pleasure.
an
Thank you so
accountability
much for
cell
having us.
for you.
It's a pleasure.
Right, but thank you so much. Pleasure having you on the show. Pleasure
Thank you
having
so
you,
much.
Katrina, on the show. And I hope next time your daughter also joins us on the show. I'm sure she'll be talking by then. Right, so Eid Mubarak.
Eid
Eid
Mubarak.
Mubarak once again. आप सबको भी बहुत Eid Mubarak. आप देखते रहिएगा Discover Pakistan की Eid transmission. And I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're having a great time this Eid. Like I said, because things are back to normal. Khuda Hafiz.